to go off of what Mel said. Everyone knows Adam is big on nutrition. And I think he taught us all how to appreciate food. And about a year ago, or a little over, he, Sydney, and I talked about starting a food garden. And they actually surprised me with some seeds from one of Adam's favorite places to go, the Laughing Buddha. So he shows up, well, they both show up at the house, and they hand me this bag of seeds. And I planted a few of them, and unfortunately, with it being super hot last summer, they did not make it. The seeds did not survive. We talked about starting again when it cooled down in the spring. Obviously, we never got that chance. But I'm very proud to say that I've restarted our garden, babe. And it's thriving. Those seeds you gave me they're alive, and they're thriving. And I know you won't be here to enjoy any of it in person, because you were so excited to try and use whatever came from the garden in your cooking. But we'll do it for you. We'll carry on that nutrition that you instilled in us. And all of our plant babies are alive and well. And I wish you could see how well they're doing. You picked some good seeds, babe. You picked some good seeds. And every time there's a harvest from them, I think of you. So thank you for teaching us, and especially teaching me, how to appreciate the finer things in life. Even if it is just fried pork belly. You know where to find the best of it. And I know all of us are thankful that you taught us so much in such a short period of time. And I know we're all gonna miss the random 3-hour phone calls that start on one topic and wind up completely somewhere else. And I know I'm gonna miss our 2 o'clock texts when neither one of us could sleep. I'm gonna miss waking up and seeing that, hey, you awake? I am now. Why are you up? And then for the next couple hours, back and forth. And I know it sounds silly, but every time he would call, my cat would actually hear his voice and come running to the phone. I always used to joke with him that he had a furry little girlfriend at the house because she would come running every time she heard his voice on the phone. And he was that kind of person. He would just call you because. And I know we're all gonna miss those random phone calls and those strange concoctions of his zombie wings that for the first time I got to try this past Halloween. And he went out of his way to find a different way to turn them black, since I'm allergic to blue food dye. And he called me randomly and he's like, "So squid ink." And I was like, "I'm gonna need some context." In regards to what? And he's like, "I promise it's gonna taste good, but I'm gonna use them for the zombie wings." And I'm like, the what? And sure enough, he spent all the time, and I'm sure Sydney could tell you all the horror stories. And he spent the time to figure out how to use squid ink as food dye for me, so I could eat at the party at Brittany and Derek's house. And for the next week, his fingernails were dyed black. And every time I would see him, it would just make me smile, because he has black fingernails. And now I remember those times in kind of a bittersweet way, because he will never be able to dye his fingernails black again. And he'll never physically be able to share those wonderfully glorious potluck meals. But because of him, every time we do have those meals, it brings us closer together. It brings us closer as family. Because at this point, we're past the friend stage. If you're in this room, you're family at this point. And family's always there for each other, so if anybody needs a 3-hour phone call just to talk, pick a name. We're all here. And I know that he would be very proud of that legacy. And I'm proud to share in that legacy. And I know that he will always be a part of this family. Forever and always.